about wiring. So as I have shown you when I unbox the wires that we require, first thing what I did was I just laid it, let me do it again. So basically we have the ring that we are going to glue. This is the afterburner ring. We are going to glue to the back of this, and then we will be putting this one inside to make sure the air goes through this and don't hit the ring, and then this comes from outside and outside of the ring as well. So that's how it goes, kind of like that. So the wiring part, let me get to the wiring part. I'll leave it like that, it's easy. So the wire comes out of this edge here. I will zoom in and show you, and go through this kind of tunnel up to this corner. And there are other two wires has to come as well. One is for the elevator, and also the lights. There are two lights coming here and from top as well. So both have the same connector. So it goes here, and then straight away through the tunnel to this part, and then goes inside where the control is. Same goes in the other side. So here we have three, including the ring, and this side we have only two lights and the elevator. The other wires, I have another two wires, goes to the rudder, which actually has to go in from here, so that rudder comes underneath, and you can take either from this side. There's a small kind of a tunnel there, and also the other way you can take from this side and then come in from the same spot, like here. Just wanted to show you the rudder piece. This actually goes there, like this from the other side. So the wire comes in from here and goes all the way to the servo and continue to the light here, and there's another light here as well. Both will have the same kind of lights connection. The other two important parts are the socket for the main wings. So basically, let me turn this a little bit this way so that you get a clearer view of what I'm talking about. This goes here, and the wires come in. I have a small tunnel here, and it goes from there, and you can take it either inside from here or there. So we are in a space. So both of them goes here. So it's basically the aileron servo and also the lights. Those are the only two remaining wires. So what I did was actually I already attached the socket, male socket, to the body of the jet. So the female socket will be on the main wing. So once and when you try to do it, remember, let me get a zoom, the top and bottom. So you have to make sure that you pick a side. It doesn't matter which way, but stick to that, because whatever you do here, you have to do here as well as in the female socket in the main wing. So you can't have it upside down. So it has to go exactly the same. So you won't get confused. There's an edge that's very noticeable, and I normally keep the flat side to the bottom of the jet. So the wing also, the bottom is flat. The other corners will be like slightly trim that part will come to the top side. So that way you don't get confused. Actually, only the light and the aileron will be connected to this through this tunnel here, and then we have to glue this whole thing. I glued this plastic piece which is holding the main wing to the fuselage, and I'm just leaving it to dry out because it's very important to have a strong bond between these two, because the entire wing is on that holds it. I use one particular type of glue, like kind of CA glue. It's like very waterish, and you have to be careful not to spill anywhere, and when if you touch, you have to scrape it out. It get dry within like 5 seconds. So I use this particular waterish kind of a liquid base glue, which is very strong, and if you try to remove this afterwards, it's going to damage the foam because it's so hard to remove it. The places where I want to remove stuff, I normally use this particular glue, liquid nail. This is kind of a gel kind of a glue, and especially like these areas where you want to put this, and if you want to remove this and replace it later on. So I normally put them. It doesn't come off, but without damaging the foam, you can remove it if you want to. Maybe put an effort. So I use those two type of glue depending on where I apply them. So I'll put the information on the website, so if you want to go and grab them. Just wanted to give you an update on what I did next. As you can see, I glued the main landing gear lights, the navigation lights. I had to glue it to the door, so I have done that, and I'm resting it to dry up. And also I completed my rudder lights as well. So as you can see, the light here already installed and glued, and also the cables are dragged around this particular tunnel, and also against here, and also I have the light set up here. So I have all the wires coming out, and so they're drying. Also I installed the lights on the main wings. As you can see, the lights installed, and I glued it already and dragged the wires through the tunnel. And also I got my connector, female connector, hooked up. Wires are hooked up, but I haven't glued it yet because I don't want to do that while this is drying. And also, as you can see, I have placed the servo for the aileron, and also I have put the arm correctly, but I haven't glued it. I'm going to do this last. The reason is if I have got the arm in the wrong position, I won't be able to readjust it, because unless you remove this, you cannot unscrew the arm. So I'm going to leave it to the last. Hopefully I won't forget to glue because this is a very important piece. What I did was actually when I connected the servos to test, it automatically come to the level, the default location. So I had to keep it at that location so that I know that it's the center. So, but I don't know since then whether, because I was moving around stuff, that I have moved it. So I'm not sure. So until I do everything, set up everything, that would be the last item in my list. So in order to make sure that I don't have to do that couple of times, because removing it after gluing is not a good thing. So I'm going to leave it as the last thing. And also I have to glue this. As you can see, it is not holding it unless you have some sort of a clamp to hold it once you glue. So I need to do that in a different place kind of thing. So both the main wings are done and ready for gluing this particular piece. So I will be doing that next. I just finished gluing the lights. Here I'm letting it dry and got the wires done. As you can see now, you cannot see anything from the front. So all the wires are dragged within the inside of the body, and also I have put the lights here and glued, and they are drying. Also I connected the elevator rods and the servos. They are already fixed. And also, as I mentioned earlier, I got this part glue with a strong glue that actually you won't be able to remove afterwards, and also put the rod. But as I mentioned earlier, I haven't glued the servo. I'm going to do that later. So if I want to adjust it, I can just pull this and adjust the rod and remove the arm and place it correctly if I have to adjust it. So that part also done. So basically it's just waiting for everything to dry before I go to the next step.